in a real way, we in a motherfucking yap trap. You know what I'm saying? We trap in the yap. You know what I'm saying? For y'all that don't know, this is, you know what I'm saying, this the yap trap, and we gonna be basically just doing a whole bunch of yapping, man. It's in the name, man. We just gonna be doing a whole bunch of yapping, and you know what I'm saying, we gonna take over different conversations. We might bring on some different people, different insights. We're just gonna be trying to get multiple different perspectives. But the whole point, so don't nobody come in the chat. The whole point is to yap, okay? So we're going to be yapping, and I'm gonna start off by giving a little introduction to myself. Then I'm gonna have my co-host, you know what I'm saying, J Main. He gonna introduce himself, but I'm gonna introduce myself. My name
Oh, hold on,
is
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. I had changed my name, bro.
your name ain't J Main.
It's Papa Clips now. Papa Clips, Papa Clips.
Papa Clips, man. Papa Clips, otherwise known as Shan Energy. If you ever heard my song, you know what I'm saying. That's
Okay,
him
okay.
and things of that nature. I'm gonna introduce myself. I go by King Shield, of course. You know, I'll be doing a whole bunch of podcasts, streams, gaming, all types of stuff. While also being a Berry College student. Y'all might be like, you kind of federal for saying your college, but this shit private, man. You ain't getting in this bitch. You not getting in this motherfucker, all right? So, yeah, I'm a college student. I'm majoring in psychology. I'm actually going into my senior year after this year. I'm gonna be going into my senior year, so I'm an upcoming senior. And I actually originally am from Atlanta, Georgia. I moved to Gwinnett when I was younger. I had a little bit of my childhood there. Then I went to a place called Rome, Georgia, where you know it was mostly white folks. So you know what I'm saying. I had a change of scenery when I was around 10, and then you know I grew up and I've learned a lot over the course of my you know what I'm saying years living, and I give thanks to my mom. You know what I'm saying. We ain't gonna talk about my dad. Y'all, I don't even want to get into that. You know what I'm saying? Not quite yet, but we ain't gonna talk about my dad in a real way. But we can talk about my stepdad because he was a great influence. You know what I'm saying? A great person to have. You know what I'm saying? Look after and you know what I'm saying look up to as a role model. Um, but yeah, that's me. I have a little bit of relationship with experience, and you know what I'm saying I'm pretty knowledgeable in that. I'm also knowledgeable in sports. I'm knowledgeable in psychology. I'm knowledgeable in a lot of different areas. So that's why I'm saying we're gonna get on here just to yap. Now I'm gonna let my co-host introduce himself. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, okay, yeah. Appreciate it, man. Nice intro for yourself, man. Nice intro, nice intro.
Appreciate that. Appreciate
But
that.
my name's Shannon White. I also go as Conscious on TikTok. If you've ever seen me, I do like 2K content over there, you feel me? And I also go as Papa Clips. I used to go by J Main, had to change it up, had to change it up. But unlike, I'm not like this nigga. This nigga is very scholarly, you know what I'm saying? I dropped out of college year. I'm not gonna lie to you. My not even first semester, you know what I'm saying? I lasted one semester of junior college, you know what I'm saying? I had to get up out of there. I just wasn't for me, you feel me? But even though I ain't go to college, I still feel like I am very intellectual. So, but that's just all my introduction will be. I ain't gonna go in deep as John, man.
All right. So you know, for today, I was thinking, you know, we just gonna free will it. We ain't gonna do too much, you know what I'm saying, structure with it. Our question, our conversations usually go on for a good little bit anyway, so we just gonna let it go how it go, freelance. Um, but I have been thinking about this in particular. I think this is always a good thing to talk about, and it's also a topic where people might try to avoid because of how uncomfortable it can make people. But first question, I'm gonna actually answer it first. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna ask whether you pray and why or why not, and if you don't, is there any alternative to praying? Okay, so me personally, I do not pray. You know what I'm saying? I don't pray. I used to pray a lot actually. When I was younger, I used to pray for a lot of things and I didn't really understand the concept. So, you know, I would go in a bathtub, you know what I'm saying, be asking God, be like, can you please let this nigga say yes when I ask him for the, you know what I'm saying, to play the game, or when I ask somebody for this. I'm asking little ugly dumb stuff, like, so I'm not really knowing it. And then, like, you know what I'm saying, I ask that. And then I go ask my actual parent, and them niggas say no. So I'm sitting here like, why my prayer ain't answered? Like, what happened to, you know what I'm saying, just talk to God? So I'm sitting here left to think, like, where's the disconnect? Why am I not getting any answers? And as I got older, I started to learn that when I pray, I wasn't getting any outcome. And I started to learn that, like, when you pray, you got to think about it. You're not getting an answer back. You know what I'm saying? There's not no conversation back and forth from God. You're not just sitting there talking back and forth with somebody. And what you are doing is usually talking to your higher self. And that's how I believe it, man. Like, you got to think about it. When you are trying to pray, man, the only thing that's going in your brain is your higher self. You're trying to get to your higher self. And that might not be something that we can reach. But until you can understand exactly how it goes, understanding that asking God for something and you expecting to just get it, that's not how it works. And that's when I want to roll into the art of manifestation. I kind of believe more in that than praying, because praying is just like, oh my God, you're just leaving your hope out there for something. But a lot of the times people will pray, but they won't put into action to get what they wanted to, you know what I'm saying, in the beginning. Like, they never not putting no action out. They ain't never, you know what I'm saying, aligning every belief and thought that they have towards a desired goal. You know what I'm saying? And for me, manifestation, I've seen it work magic. You know what I'm saying? I've seen it work more in my life. Not to say, you know what I'm saying, I don't, you know what I'm saying, try to connect with God, connect with my higher self, but I believe more in manifestation, which is, in a sense, you're connecting with your higher self. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know what manifestation is, it's, you know, the art of aligning every thought and belief towards a desired goal with actions. And I want to harp on saying with actions, because you can't just ask for something, think about it, and be like, it's gonna happen. Nah, that's not how it works. You gotta align everything. And I like to put it in more simple terms, like turning your thoughts into your words, and then turning your words into your actions, and watching your actions align your future. That's just how manifestation works for me. I've seen it work magic. I've seen it work last summer, where I was just like, okay, I have this goal set in my mind that I want to be this by the end of the summer. I want to have this type of views. I want to have all this. And here comes all these views rolling in that I ain't much experience doing content. And I'm sitting here left to think, like, that's everything. That's like all about manifestation. Like, it's all about putting, you know what I'm saying, your thoughts towards something that you really want and working for it. Harping on working for it, because it's not just going to happen. But I'm going to leave the room open for you to talk about whether you pray or not. And, you know what I'm saying, if you don't, why not? Or, you know what I'm saying, tell me the alternatives to your praying in a real way.
Anyways, what I was saying was, I love what you were saying about the prayer and art of manifestation, this, that, and the third. But for me, I have a whole, like, different concept on prayer, right? So, like, the way that they teach you in religion is the wrong way. So I see, well, like, you steered away from prayer. And the way that you ask for things is the way that you receive. So if you view God as being stingy, like, please let me get this, please let me get this, please let me get this, like, you viewing that nigga as stingy, so he ain't got no choice but to be stingy.
Right.
So I'm saying, so how I view prayer is like a mental declaration. It's like what you constantly thinking about all the time. Prayer and manifestation go hand in hand. Like, they the same thing. And manifestation is literally woven into your existence. It's the same thing as breathing. It's the same shit. It's the same force. It's the same thing. So, but when you manifest, you literally manifest your entire existence. As you even go in the berry, when you manifest your desired reality, it's like you becoming aware of different thoughts and different emotions that is aligned with your desired reality. Reality that you was currently living in, or anybody live in, what they was focusing on. That's why they lived inside that desired reality. The frequency of every vibration must become true, or must become on this physical dimension, as you could say, because it all comes down. But with manifestation, but let me just answer the, I like to ramble and go about it. This is the fucking
Yeah,
trap.
trap.
Y'all niggas hit the fucking follow button. Y'all hit the follow button. But anyways, what the prayer? Yeah, like everybody pray is not aware. You know what I'm saying? Just mental, like what you really, really convinced that you are. So it's not, please God, give me $1,000
Right.
and I won't ever ask for nothing again.
Yeah.
That type of shit don't work. You know what I'm saying? That would never work
Yeah.
like that. That's not how prayer actually is. Like whatever you are mentally convinced that is going to happen. It's like your mental state, what you mentally thinking about. That's all prayer is. It's nothing more, nothing less. It's that simple.
Mm-hmm.
It's that simple. It's not you pleasing God, begging God. No, that's bullshit. That's bull honky. Your power external. You're not realizing that all your power is within because you are God. We are all
Yeah.
miniature gods and goddesses. We're all creator of our own little worlds and universes and shit like that. So that's my viewpoint on prayer. And yes, I do use it. You know what I'm saying? Subconsciously, whatever, the other word. Anyways, on manifestation. All right. So like how you said about the thoughts, how you did your thoughts, then your thoughts became your words and your words became your actions, right? But thoughts just alone won't create things as fast if you put your emotion towards it. Because the emotion is literally the strongest thing in the entire universe. Your emotion, because it's energy and motion. So once your thoughts align with a certain feeling that you want to feel in that desired reality, it's like your emotion is like the gas. You know what I'm saying? That's how it is. You know what I'm saying? So if you just have the thoughts, you just gonna have to build and frame of your desired reality, but it's not gonna go nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
But in your case, it did go because little did you know you had the emotions. You just ain't realized. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You just ain't realized that you had the emotions with the thoughts too. That you already thought of what you was doing.
What I
And
think.
you already felt how you would feel.
What I think for you, like when you say stuff
ahead.
like that, bro, like that just shows like, cause like I'm not like actively thinking about putting my emotions into, you know what I'm saying, these type of manifestations, but it just shows the like lack of education and lack of like knowledge that we as human beings have over our body, like out over our spirit, over our whole entire existence. We don't know exactly how that works. Like if you was to tell that to somebody right now, boy, they would be like, the hell are you talking about? What do you mean my emotions
What this guy talking
like
about?
manifestation? What the hell does that mean? You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's what the goal of this podcast is. To bring, you know what I'm saying, awareness to issues and you know what I'm saying, things that us as black people, all people need to know. You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
Exactly what it is.
I think I'm if you got anything more to say about manifestation, because I was gonna roll it to my next question.
Just a, you know what I'm saying, just a little bit, just a little.
All right, but go ahead, nigga. It's time to yell.
I know it ain't nothing crazy, but yeah, like I was saying, like manifestation is literally woven into your existence. So the same way you breathe is the same way you manifest. Simple as it is. So when people think, oh, I can't manifest this, I can't manifest that. Nah, that's just your quote unquote old frequency, right? Your old states of your old beliefs, your old emotions. It's like it's an entity, right? That you created through your thoughts, your emotions, and all that. You created that entity, right? It's literally like a Shinigami. I swear to God. You ever, if niggas who watch Death Note, you know what a Shinigami is. It's like a miniature god that was walking behind this dude and granted all his basically wishes. That's the same thing that you have. You create these entities. An entity is a essence without a physical vessel. That's all an entity is. So you create these entities, right? Through what you think, what you feel, and what you believe, all that. So you created that thing, and once you're trying to leave it, it just want to survive. When you leave it, it kills. You kill it. So it try to get you back through emotions. Try to get you back through emotion, because like I said before, your emotions is the most powerful thing in the universe. So once you're trying to go to like another path and you feel doubt, fear, the emotion that you have, that's literally the entity and its thoughts and its feelings towards you, because it don't want you to leave, and it's trying to get that energy from you. The same energy that you created that entity is the same energy that they're trying to get out of you through certain events, occurrences that happen in your life. But that's all I gotta say with manifestation, bro. That's it.
Yeah, you hitting some good points. You hitting some different points. Like niggas would, like I'm saying, they wouldn't know what you talking about. But it is like,
They wouldn't even know.
I feel like a lot of people might know that information or concept, but they teach it in different ways. Like they don't teach it in the most like
'cause it's-
spirited, most to your body way. They teach it in like different. It's like faceted in multiple different ways. But yeah, you made some good points. I'm gonna lead
Yeah,
right
it
into this though.
definitely
So me personally, I have gotten cheated on, and you know what I'm saying, it didn't make me feel too good. But one thing that did make me feel good is when I cheated back. And I started to think about like the situation of her cheating. Of course, all cheating for me is bad, but I said like my question would be like, is there a difference? Like, is there a difference between when a girl cheats versus when a man cheats? I'm gonna leave that to you.
Yes, I truly believe it is a difference. Because to me, women are emotional people. When they like somebody, it's like an emotional connection. They not finna have sex opposite gender because they carry the load of if they get pregnant. You know what I'm saying? So if the people that they have sex with, they looking like, okay, if I get pregnant by this guy, will he be, does he physically look attractive? Will he be financially stable? Or did he just talk like a good game or whatever? So that's why I think about women and when they cheat, because they like guys. If they like a guy, like it's emotional. When guys have sex, it's not emotional. It's literally just to get their little seed off.
Yeah.
Because our shit is literally scientifically proven. But our shit needs to release. It has to, because we keep making them every day. It has to be released. So that's just my viewpoint on women cheating. But altogether, with morality, I don't think neither side should cheat. But you should be, as a man, you should be able to control your temptations. That's just a step that men have to take. A lot of men are very lustful. So whatever girl like aroused them, they just finna, you know what I'm saying? They just finna act on that instead of thinking it through and like, oh, if I fuck her, I'm finna fuck up my situation because my woman loves me so much. So if I cheat on her, she thinking about it from her point of view. That's why she gets so mad. You know what I'm saying? But but fuck, I'm about to. Damn, you go ahead, nigga. I'm about to go off into some other shit.
All right, so
I ain't gonna lie.
I kind of I agree with that. You know what I'm saying? I do think it is different. And the reason I say that is because of the women usually in the situation. And I've been in situations, you gotta understand. Girls are the most emotional beings on this, you know what I'm saying, plane of existence. They're very emotional. Everything they have, everything they do, you know what I'm saying, everything they consist in involves their emotions. And you know, I didn't really notice this much until I started paralleling girls that I was with my mom, and I'm like sitting here and I'm like, oh my god, like these girls act the same thing that my mom used to do, these same little attitudes, these same little, you know what I'm saying, emotional intelligence, all this type stuff. It's so much emotions that go on. It's everywhere in girls. It's not just for, you know what I'm saying, this type of girl. It's every type of girl. So I do think it's different just because when a girl cheats, man, like she has to put her emotions into it. Like us as dudes, bro, we don't really put in our emotions into it. You know what I'm saying? Unless we actually with that woman. But if it's just a like random girl, bro, we get our rocks off and go. We get our rocks off and go. Niggas don't be worried about, you know what I'm saying, who that is. Who that is?
Hold on, I'm finna tell. Hold up. Hey, so now I'm doing a. I ain't finna worry about it.
But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Us as men, but we just get our rocks off and go. We don't have to really worry about putting our emotions. We never get too attached. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to think about it. A lot of guys, when they mess with a girl that's a virgin, them virgins, oh my God, they going to stay around. Because they get hella emotionally attached. And then when you see when all them girls start hoeing, you know what I'm saying? You seen this girl from a high school, she was like real innocent. Now she in high school going. That's when she emotionally detached, bro. Like them girls be like highly like emotional, like they run on emotions. So like when I'm saying basically like it is a difference. It's the like I said, all cheating is bad, but like it's a difference. You know what I'm saying, when a girl goes cheat. And then like a girl a lot more sneaky. They gotta attend to a lot more, and it's just different. It's just different. But yeah, that's my outtake on that.
Definitely different.
But yeah, I was finna roll into this next question you had spoke about. You had talked about, you didn't talk about it much, but you said the word temptation, and that just brought something to my eyes. I'm like, oh my God, that's a great topic. What scale do you put the art or whatever of temptation, and why? And just explain what you know what I'm saying, how you see the concept of temptation.
See the concept of temptation. Temptation is just urges, right? And urges are like a continuous thing that they never end. So you'll continuously get tested, right? Especially if you view things by your eyes. So people who like to view things by their eyes and not with their mind, they gonna fall to temptation every time. Temptation always go get them, and temptation is only the opposite of what you want. Want something, it's not gonna be temptation. But like if you over here and that thing is over here, but that's what creates temptation, the separation of things. You get what I'm saying? But that's kind of like my concept on temptation. Now temptation is, I wouldn't even say it's bad. It just is, bro. It just is. It's not a bad or a good thing. It just is. But yeah, it's just like whatever you don't want.
All right, do you think?
Don't want to have.
Let me ask this: do you think it has more positive effects or negative effects?
It definitely has more negative effects. I would say it has more negative effects because I would say, for example, say you in a relationship, you with your girl or whatever, you know what I'm saying, y'all kicking it. Y'all build a good emotional, you know what I'm saying, connection with each other. Like y'all, but she may not be the best looking. You know what I'm saying? Like on a scale of 1 out of 10, she probably like a 7, 7.5. And say you a attractive guy. Some fine shit walking by. What you call a temptation. She aroused you, she looks good. You interested. Just based on what you look when you're with your eyes. Can do. You could fall to temptation and go over there, or you could go over there and be like, I'm finna go get some food, and you end up going over there, talk to her, get her number, and you fucking her on the side while you going with your girl, and your girl find out now she mad.
Yeah.
That like could be negative. That could be negative. The negative things of temptation, but it ain't really no positives. But the reason why I said temptation is because I like to view. So I always feel like your viewpoint of things is what creates things as being certain things. So I don't think like certain things necessarily have definitions built into them. It is how we view those things and the perception of those things, and we give those definitions.
I also agree with like temptation having a lot more negative effects. It always is seen in a negative aspect anyways. So I think like the younger you are, I think like the more effect it has, because I can attest to this, like this little temptation, and it's not even sometimes temptation, it's being curious. You know what I'm saying? Us being young, we was just naturally curious, and a lot of people would, you know what I'm saying, a lot of young kids would turn to that site, that orange and black site, and you know what I'm saying, we might be young as hell, but we don't know any better. We just curious. And then now that we are so young and been depth into this, you know what I'm saying, thing that I feel like a lot of people at school would talk about and be like, damn near glorify the shit. Like if you wasn't doing it, you weird. I remember it was one nigga in high school, bro. You know who I'm talking about, bro?
Yep. I know you. Yep.
The nigga
I
last
thought he
name
was Rose. Like,
Rose.
nigga, you ain't never.
The last name Rose. Yes.
Yes, bro. Yes.
I thought he.
Mhm.
Yeah, when I heard that situation, I was like,
bro, you ain't
damn,
never.
damn, this nigga ain't never. You know what I'm
Nigga
saying?
weird.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Niggas was like, the hell, you weird. But this is young us. We don't know any better, and we just naturally curious. So we pick up this little site or whatever we go to, and we watching the hell out this shit. And I don't think I realized how bad that shit was until I got into college. Because when I was looking at women, I would only see them for their body. And it was like, damn, I would look at a girl. And it's, you know what I'm saying? I think it's natural in God's nature to be looking at, you know what I'm saying, the buds, you know what I'm saying, see at the shape, all that. But it was to an extent, like, I just didn't like I felt myself kind of drifting away from being able to be connected with women. And like feminine energy is good for you, and like you have this bad way of looking at girls, and feminine energy is around you, bro. You damn near a monster. You're a monster, you know what I'm saying? You on like, but you didn't
You're a
see
monster,
it.
man.
You didn't see how Temptation it worked out for a couple of these industry niggas, did he? I mean, like this shit, that shit is serious, though. That shit is serious now, bro. Temptation is a monster, bro.
That shit ridiculous.
So when you have that shit in front of
He's a
you,
monster, bro.
you have to understand that, like, what you was saying, like, it's how it's just like your mind. What you just said, that I like how you said that shit about how the it's like a disconnect from what you want, and you know what I'm saying, you can't get it right now, something like that. And that disconnect is just like,
I get
it's damn near like the devil. It's damn near what they call the devil. You know what I'm saying? They like to reference the devil. Oh, the devil done got into him. Man, yeah, man. When you fall into temptation, oh my God, man. And you can go in such a deep hole. That's the thing, because this is not only like corn that you can get addicted to. It is a wide range of things. I only say that because that's one of the things where I have learned, and I'm like, damn, I can attest to that. But you can be cocaine, marijuana, all types of shit you could be addicted to. And you gotta understand, when you are addicted, that's all it is temptation. Like, when you addicted and you can't do anything without doing this, you fall into the temptation every day, and that's your life. You're the temp master. But yeah, that's how I feel about temptation.
He's a temp master.
Yeah,
it's crazy that you say that, because like, keep bringing up old frequencies too, bro. It's like all this shit all ties into old frequency, old beliefs, all old that. You know what I'm saying? So your old way of thinking is literally, you ain't have a problem with porn until you got introduced to it. You got introduced to it. It became a part of you. You created that entity, right?
Yep.
So as you trying to leave that nigga, you get what I'm saying? All these urges come about.
Yeah.
And that's what the quote unquote temptation being bad. Because temptation just is. Like, it's just its own thing. It's our viewpoint in certain circumstances is what we make temptation, like, quote unquote, bad or good. You know what I'm saying? So with the old frequency could be used for anything, my nigga. Like, it could be used for addictions. Cause that's where addictions come from. It's your old frequency, bro. It's your old frequency trying not to die. It is.
But
yeah, I want to hear the next topic, man. I want to hear the next.
that was tough. So, you know, we already talked about this, but I'm gonna repeat this question, of course. We gonna transfer. Like I said, this is the Yap Trap, so the yaps can go anywhere, bro. So I'm gonna transfer over to the topic of food, and my question is, how does your eating habits affect you on a physical, spiritual, and mental level?
Okay. And so he was talking about my eating habits is, most of y'all probably don't know, but y'all know now, I'm plant-based. So that means I don't eat any animal products or food that comes from animals. And I got onto this first. It was like, I was watching Spiritual Soul. He was talking about, you shouldn't eat animals. It's just bad for you. It's going to make you be more connected with God. Well, me knowing what I know now, that's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, eat animals and you eat animals is not going to strengthen your connection or make you more spiritual, or you getting more spiritual points. That's how they get a lot of people. And And people who are quote unquote spiritual and vegan, they look at people who eat meat as bad people,
Mm-hmm.
not knowing that you are them, because we everybody's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? God just playing dress up as everybody. So you view them, you literally looking in the mirror is like a reflection.
Mm-hmm.
Bad, you bad. You know what I'm saying? So it's nothing wrong with them niggas. Since I got into it, it is definitely a more healthier option for your body because you literally putting dead flesh inside your body to rot. You're not giving your body no energy, no vitality, no nothing to think good thoughts, great thoughts, fast thoughts. Because you gotta think about it. Your body is electrical.
Mm-hmm.
It's electricity. When you think, it sends electrical signals throughout your body. So when you eating foods that blocks these electrical things out your body, that's when you have brain fog. You have all these complications. You get cancer. All these things is because about what you eating. And now
Mm-hmm.
let me go into the mental aspect. Yes, it has got me more concise thoughts because what I said about the your body being electrical and it need like high electricity foods like which is in your fruits and vegetables, mostly in your nuts and seeds. Now it is electricity and meats and stuff, but they're very very low. And most of them is either low to no electricity in meats because it's dead. Literally, it's a dead animal that you put inside your body just to sit there and rot. But for mental wise, yes, it has got me more clearer thoughts. I would say clearer thoughts. I was able to focus more on what I want to focus on. Spiritual wise, as I just said before, thought that was gonna give me more spiritual points at first, and I deemed everybody as bad when I first became vegan. They're like, you eating meat, bro? You shouldn't be doing that. No, 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 nigga say that. Nigga, that shit really don't matter.
Yeah.
Listen, you being spiritual has nothing to do with you being plant based. You can strengthen your God. I mean, you can strengthen your connection with God while eating meat.
Mm-hmm.
That really don't matter. But physical wise, at first you are going to lose a lot of weight because you getting all that toxicity out your body that you've been eating for all these years. That's literally all that gunk is just sitting in your stomach, just sitting there. And I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this again. Our hydrochloric acid in our stomach acid cannot break down meats and stuff like that. Even when you look at our teeth, we don't have carnivore teeth. Have them sharp ass teeth to tear apart meat. We don't have so naturally we're not supposed to eat those things. We can eat those things, but naturally we're not supposed to eat those things. That's why we don't have claws. Because we can't physically go out there and grab and rip open an animal with our hands.
You gotta do a
We
whole
have to
bunch of
make
shit.
objects to you have to make objects to symbolize different animals. Like the spears symbolize animals' teeth because they sharpen shit. Stab so they can stab animals, kill them, and then get a knife that symbolizes carnivore teeth to cut them open. There's all other things that symbolize nature. So we can eat those foods and prepare those foods. And even on another level, we don't even truly like those foods because we cook it to death, season it with a lot of plant-based things. Salt, pepper, cayenne pepper. We seen it with a whole bunch of spices just to even make it better.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You can't. It's the only person that I know that's gonna eat that shit raw is what's his name? It's some Liver King. But what that does is that's very acidic. He gonna have he gonna have like a acidic blowback,
Nigga
and it's
trying to
gonna fuck
die.
up his kidneys in the long run. He go die. I'm just gonna be honest. Want to be if you go eat meat, you need to be like an omnivore. Like you still need to incorporate your fruits and your vegetables, and you can incorporate your fruits and your vegetables. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to linger off the meat, but meat is still quote unquote bad for you, like physical wise, does to the body.
I'm a little different on the side of um, eating habits. I am a vegetarian. He is plant based. He used to be vegan, but I am a vegetarian. I don't eat meat, but I do eat dairy products. I eat things that come from animals. I do eat things like eggs. Um, I just don't eat meat. I just don't eat the meat personally. I think what my thing was, I was wanted to change into being a vegetarian just because of who I was surrounded with and who I kind of, you know what I'm saying, looked up to. And it was one of the niggas was Shannon. I ain't gonna lie. I saw him being vegan and I saw it's just a totally different discipline. As you know what I'm saying, you eating meat and you be like, man, that nigga can't do that. I'll never be able to do that shit. I'll never stop eating meat. But that's just the thing. That's just how we all have grown up. We've all, you know what I'm saying, got taught to eat meat. And it's not nothing, you know what I'm saying, crazy about it. Everybody does it. You know what I'm saying? And I personally saw this, and then I saw another person in my life that was really important. And I saw the same way it was a discipline for them. And, you know what I'm saying, you could see the change in their attitude and the different energy and vibrant vibrations that they gave off. And I respected that, and I kind of wanted to, you know what I'm saying, see what they were talking about with it. And I went to vegetarian. Like I said, I don't eat any type of meat, but I will eat like dairy, and that's where I get a lot of my protein. So as far as mentally, I think I've been a lot more clearer. And I think when you are able to discipline yourself not to eat something you have ate your whole life, like that discipline can translate to all other forms of your life, just because you're able to do this. You can walk past a piece of fried chicken and not be like, damn, I want that bit. Like, of course at first you're gonna have them urges, like you're gonna have them urges, but like it becomes as simple as, you know what I'm saying, the way you probably might not like a salad, like how you won't ever look at a salad, it becomes something just like that. How you would never try to eat some raw meat, just it's something just like that. And it's just like a discipline that you have to learn. And it was a little troubling for me at first because I didn't know anything about it. I was kind of new, and when I went into it, I was like, the fuck, like what am I supposed to eat? So it lasted 2 weeks the first time that I did it. And then it was one, you know what I'm saying, situation where I just wanted to completely transition, and my mind just was like went straight there. And I think I had ended up like one weekend I accidentally ate some type of meat, not being careful. But ever since then, like I am pretty knowledgeable that I haven't ate any meat, and I am proud of that. It has helped me be a lot more mentally clear. And like I said, that discipline attribute is so important because you get this straight from, you know what I'm saying, being able to walk past meats and have no type of desire. I never thought I would have been like this. Like, a nigga like me loves some chicken wings. Like, I gotta be honest, a nigga like me will go get some 10-piece wings and some fries, you know what I'm saying, McDonald's chicken nuggets, you know what I'm saying, Big Mac, all types of shit. But like, my ass had to learn not all that shit is good for you, especially from them fast food chain restaurants, especially from there. And that's it. He was talking about how some of that stuff will go into your body and not act right. It's not able to break it down the right way. And that was one of the reasons that I turned into being a vegetarian. Another big reason. I was getting a lot of different like reactions from my gut. And when your body talking to you, bro, the only thing you can do is listen. The only thing you can do is listen. And like, if you don't, man, that'll just be a dumb mistake. But my body is telling me like, oh, it's not accepting these certain types of food. It was like hamburgers, especially from our dining hall. They just wasn't going in the right way. I had some turkey, wings, all types of shit. The meat was not going. Pause.
The meat wasn't going.
No. Shit. Pause. But yeah, that shit wasn't. It just wasn't reacting the right way. My stomach wasn't reacting the right way, and I ended up changing. So, as far as physically, it helped me in a great way. I started to see my body do things that I've never done. Like I had a problem. Like, I think ever since I've been young, I've been always like hella small, and like I was always one of the smallest dudes on a football team. So it was just kind of a thing where I was like, damn, if I wanted to, you know what I'm saying, go to another level of football, how would I, you know what I'm saying, do that at this weight? And I wanted to gain weight. It was a time where right before college, I wanted to gain weight, and I couldn't. I literally could not gain weight. I would eat anything. I could eat a whole bunch of shit, and I just wouldn't gain weight. and I learned that it's just like my metabolism is fast as hell. But then I went vegetarian. Surprisingly, I gained weight that I never thought I would be able to gain. And I think I start to see my natural body weight because I was going through a stage where I had just quit football and I didn't, work out for nothing. I didn't work out for shit. I was done with everything. All them workouts was just like I just wanted to disconnect from. And I started to see my body. I was like gaining actual weight. And I still got a little bit of weight on me, but I almost feel like this is my natural weight because I can still go out there on a basketball court, football field, and do what I got to do. And I still feel athletic. I almost feel a little bit stronger, you know what I'm saying? And I might not have the exact build that I want right now, which I'm continuously got to keep working on. But I've seen my body do things that I like been wanting it to do for a long time. I've been wanting to gain weight because I know if I gained weight, I would have been just a little bit more stronger on the football field. Of course, that doesn't matter now. But as far as physically, it helped me in a pretty good way, in a good fashion. Now, spiritually, it's a tough question. I want to see how to, attack it. Spiritually, I think it heightened my spirituality. It kind of helped me connect more with myself. Only because these things, when you're doing this, like that discipline attribute is connecting with your higher self. Like you got to be able to fight that temptation off in that head. Like it's just your higher self. And I feel like I was able to connect more with that. And that speaks more, like I said, that translated more to other things. Like I was able to get on TikTok, Instagram, see all types of girls and not want to go to Twitter, not want to go to, PH and, do what I got to do. It was just a lot more discipline. I was seeing as my urges just started to fall for almost everything. And they might have been, some good urges, but a lot of them were bad urges that just started to fall off. All because I went vegetarian. Like I didn't have that urge to eat meat no more. And then I didn't have the urge to want to beat my meat no more. You know what I'm saying? So like it was a very important thing for me that, really heightened my connection with my higher self. And kind of connecting to others as well. Like I was able to display this very radiant energy that a lot of people will be attracted to. And I have noticed that like multiple times where people who usually are not around me, they would see that other people are around me and want to be more around me now because of the energy that I give off. And I think that it's affected how I've been able to display that. And yeah, in the totality, it has done a very great job. I think the only thing that had happened was, like he said, you lose a lot of weight. But I think my shit was almost down there the opposite. I had gained a good bit of weight. And I think I was like nothing crazy. Y'all might hear this and be like, that shit's not crazy. But I think I was like 170. But y'all gotta understand, I used to be a 155, 140 through 155 nigga my whole life. You know what I'm saying? So when I got up to 170, I was like, damn, I feel a little bit more bulky. And I still feel it, you know what I'm saying? And I think that comes along with just growing up and developing and, you know what I'm saying, just figuring out life. But in totality, it has done a pretty good job. My eating habits have, you know what I'm saying, helped me out a lot. Actually finna check the stream real quick. Think of a question real quick. Okay, that shit's smooth. He said, what about them? What you know about them 2K17 days?
Oh, you want to talk about that? See, hold on. Wait, listen, bro. I'm a real 2K head. So I'm gonna be brutally honest. See, while niggas was playing 2K17, we had fun, but I often complain about that 2K17 Paul George loading screen and them garbage ass servers. Every time you try to go to another park, it's like a goddamn decade before you trying to go to River City Rough Riders from Sunset. You in that loader screen where it says load a new park at least for 5 to 10 minutes, and that bitch is loading.
Oh God.
It's loading over and over and over. You like,
God.
bro, we're gonna get in the park. But other than that, the gameplay, I wish I could go back. Like honestly, I wish I was older to actually break the game. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, what was we like? 6th grade, 7th grade when 2K17
I think we were like 12, 13.
Cause I remember we was playing park. And I had a 14-day trial. And that's when I used to play with y'all boys. And it was like January. That's when I finally got Wi-Fi. But like I had like a hotspot because I didn't even have Wi-Fi in my crib, so I had a hotspot on my phone and shit using that bitch. But yeah, 2K17, man, gameplay wise, probably top 3 2Ks. Top 3 2Ks gameplay wise. Like we talking about Bone Collector Park badge. First of all, we talking about literally park badges, gang. Like you get park badges, fam. Like that's what made it tough. You had mascots where you had to grind to get them. You don't unlock them through a battle pass. You had when you get to an 85 overall, it only cost 75,000 VC. Now with that shit like 150, 160. You had dripping clothes where them shits was like 600 VC for a shirt. Now them bitches like 10K for a shirt. 10K, 5K, just for a random shirt. That's the type of shit that is wrong with 2K. And if you was actually good at 2K17, you was actually good at 2K17. So I was ass. Like, I had a terrible win percentage, so I got my ass beat down. And I ain't complain. Them niggas was better than me. You know what I'm saying? But now niggas complain. Oh, bro, no, you need to make the game more realistic. I'm getting tired of these cheesing ass niggas. Oh, nigga, you this ass. And look where you got this game. Now this game some shit. Because y'all niggas want to be realistic doing goddamn pivots and shit in park, man. Fuck out of here, man. What you guys say about 2K17, John?
I actually had a little bit of technical issues. I don't know how to I don't know how to fix it.
What happened?
Like it's showing. Oh, there it go. What the hell did I do? I don't know. But I think I got most of what you were saying. But
Okay.
damn, man, 2K17, man.
It was amazing.
That
bro.
shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie. 2K17 for me is the best game that I've played all time. Like for real, bro. And like,
Best.
I think for me, it was just like that year, that time, that era, what was going on around the world, just
Fidget
all
spinners.
types of shit. Like, man,
We talking about Ayo and Tayo going stupid.
oh my God, niggas were versing, man. Like, and then even in my personal life, you know what I'm saying? I'm getting the hugs and shit like that. Like, I'm over here having, bro. We in the 8th grade, bro. That year we went to the championship of football. Like that same year, 2017 was just a great year. And 2K17, man, I can speak so much to the game. The game was just amazing in so many ways. But they understood that they gotta attract the viewers. They understood that they couldn't, you know what I'm saying, focus on too much of like the around effects, you know what I'm saying, such as the loading screen. Niggas didn't give a fuck about the loading screen. Niggas would sit there.
Which is so good. That's how, bro. I promise you, if the loading screen was ass on 2K25, I'm not playing that game. 2K17 was so good. Niggas would sit and wait on a Paul George screen, bro, just to play that game.
Yeah.
That's how good that game was.
Like niggas is literally waiting 10 minutes. Niggas got time to go clean the house, then come back to the game before that shit's loaded in. And then all you see is, you know what I'm saying, Kobe Bryant going crazy. And niggas I know
What was the intro? You know the intro?
I forgot what the song was.
I do the stuff.
Oh my God, bro, that shit had me so lit. And then you go to My Career, everything loaded slow. Let's be honest, everything loaded slow. Even the mic course, they were just like, you look back on it, you be like, that shit's so
God.
nostalgic. Man, loading the
was so
Sunset
good.
Beach. Oh my God, that shit took so long. But it didn't matter because once you got in there, the gameplay was so good and attention to detail was just right. They knew exactly what they were doing. Like they cared about the game. They cared about the viewers. They cared about who was playing. And that's the thing. Like, I think that's where 2K started to drift away because 2K18, I'm not gonna say it was just bad, but it was just a drop off. Like
It was definitely a drop off.
some people think 2K18 was okay, but it was just such a huge drop off from 2K17 when you have gotten so much success. Why don't you go back to, you know what I'm saying, what you were succeeding at? Like, let's make it make sense. But then after that, you got 2K19, which I didn't play much of, and 2K20. And now 2K20 was a good ass game too. I got to be honest. And I think the reason it was so good for me is because it was quarantine time. Niggas didn't have nothing to do but play 2K20. So it was fun. It was fun. Like Fortnite was, you know what I'm saying, a little bit of popping. But 2K20 had it going on. They got the builds right. They got the dribble styles right. They got everything going good. But then they started to fall down. Trinkle, game by game, 2K by 2K. Boom. Now we got 2K25, which might be the worst depressive 2K of all time.
Worst. Literally, it's not even. And what's crazy is like, this is what I say every time about 2K18, bro. The reason why 2K18 was so bad, like how you said, it was just such a big drop off from 2K17. The parks, the just how the game looked. The feeling of dribbling was just way different. This was the first year like Steezo dribbling became a thing. Like his dribble style, like doing all them spins, the behind the backs. That was the first year. Before that, it was more standstill,
step backs,
momentum.
Jamal Crawford.
It was more of that. 2K18 was Steezo style dribbling year. So once niggas drifted from the meta standstill to Steezo, that's why a lot of niggas couldn't adjust, and they said the game was ass. Not only like you had to pay, this was the first year where fatigue was such a thing with dribbling, because 2K17 you could dribble the whole shot clock in, where you didn't have to worry about your nigga getting tired, because mind you, these are NBA players, so they shouldn't be getting tired anyways playing in a park game. You know what I'm saying? So why is my nigga blinking in a park game? My niggas in the NBA, we are professional athletes, and my niggas getting tired. So but with 18 was actually a good game. Niggas go, it was. 19 was a good game. 20 was a good game. 21 was a good game. 22, ass. 23, ass. 24, mid. It was like it was below mid. It was below mid. Now 25 is just straight shit. Like you can't even, like, you can't even, it's not even no arguing. Like 2K25 is just so bad. It's because they, like how John said, they kept focusing on too much aesthetics. You know what I'm saying? Because 2K was more about making money. They didn't care about the gameplay no more. They already got all their audience in with the gameplay and low VC prices. But guess what, John? They wasn't making enough money. You know what I'm saying? So they found a hidden solution was in 2K18, making it in the neighborhood so they could advertise things more, making VC prices cost more. They start implementing these like business ideas so they can make more money. So they kept doing with that same winning formula. They kept incrementally increasing how much it takes for you to get to an 85 overall year after year after year after year. But it's so crazy because you get to 2K25, right? The game is RNG, right? So even though you have a 99-3, you basically shooting like you got a 75-3 in any other 2K. It don't matter if you have a 99-3, but guess what? This year it costs way more to get a higher overall. So they basically finessing. You know what I'm saying? So you paying for a 99, but you playing like an 85 or an 80 because of RNG, because they don't allow you to actually be good at the game that you actually took time to be good at. And that's why niggas hate the game so much.
Yeah, niggas hate this game. And like I said, that shit with the VC prices, bro, that just deattaches viewers, man. Like that deattaches people who want to play the game just because, like, who wants to pay $100 to get to 85? It was never like that. Like, it was never like that. And you can say inflation, but come on, nigga, this is a game. Like, you gotta keep niggas wanting to play this shit. Like, I haven't seen much of Madden change their prices, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, you wouldn't pay no money on no Madden game or any other football game, really any other game besides 2K. That's like the only thing that you'll really pay money on. And I guess that's why they charging like that. They charging crazy because they know if a nigga is gonna play this, they not finna, you know what I'm saying, sit here in my career. That shit not even that good. I'm not gonna lie. I used to try to play that bitch, and it's just not that good. AIs, I don't know who the fuck these niggas be thinking they is nowadays.
Man.
Every AI damn near play like that nigga Michael B. Jordan from 2K17, bro.
Man, what?
Oh my god. Orange juice, nigga. Every AI be screaming that bitch.
Man, what? Man, they get past you just by a little bit. Off the dribble threes, every AI hitting off the dribble threes. Like, what is we doing?
Yeah.
They crossing you up. They hitting cancel like hop jumpers. You thinking they finna shoot because they artificial intelligence. Okay, you got them into like an animation. They finna shoot. They cancel that bitch, go right around. It's a center sitting in the paint. They do a float over the center. Man, nigga, what? Mind you, niggas not even on Hall of Fame. I don't play no fucking my career on Hall of Fame. At least I don't. Cause them niggas be sweating too hard. Nigga, my shit on Ricky. Them niggas still be sweating, bro.
Yeah.
Shit ridiculous.
But yeah, damn, that's a good topic, boy. That game 2K. I think another hidden gem for 2K16, bro. I don't think niggas understood. Cause like I think 2K17, like I said, was top one for me. But 16 might be up there as far as just, you know what I'm saying, as well as, you know what I'm saying, 2K16, that year was just a good year. But like the game was also good, man. They knew what they was doing. Like I said, like they had Sunset Beach rolling for a couple of games. Like they could have just kept it rolling. Man, that was 2K. That was just different about 2K. Niggas might be like, change the scenery up. But shit, man, once y'all did, y'all fucked all the shit up, man. Let's be honest. Like, and that's why y'all try to bring it back. Like, y'all try to bring Old Town back. Y'all try to bring Rivet City back. Like, you got to bring stuff like that back because that's the thing that was popping. That's what had everybody on the game from all ages. And you got to understand that, bro. All these different streamers, influencers right now, ate off 2K17, bro. We could go celebrity for influence who ate off 2K17. Them first or 2K16, them 5 2Ks they ate. Pretty boy Fredo, nigga. Come on, bro.
Fredo Island, baby.
Welcome to Fredo Island. Let that bit drop, nigga. You already know what the fuck going on. And
man, come on, bro.
Fucking Duke Dennis, nigga. Look at Duke Dennis to where he at now. To where Duke Dennis is at now.
This nigga went from a 2K YouTuber to the most glazed human of all time. He went from being a 2K YouTuber, fam. We talking about he played 2K. He was a grown ass man sitting in his room playing 2K. Look at what he doing now. It's where these niggas come from. They come from this 2K community. The greatness. Greatness always starts in the 2K community, especially the older 2Ks. They were just so good. Like how John said, a very attention to detail. They knew what to do. They knew how to get their viewers in. But John, you know what I think? You know, another reason why I think they just start going left and stop caring. NBA Live stopped making games. After NBA Live stopped making games, they just was doing whatever. They just knew niggas was go buy their game,
which makes sense though.
They knew niggas was just go buy it because they have no more competition. So the best thing I think for a 2K to do, they need competition. They need somebody to release another basketball game that's gonna make people get off their game so they'll lose more money. If they lose money, they will have no choice but to change their game.
I think
that's the only way they will change the game.
I think the way that happens is and it might happen this year. I'm not gonna lie, it might happen this year. GTA 6 is finna come out, and you know what I'm saying? Like
they said something about basketball being in GTA 6 too.
Oh, don't do it to him now. You better not do it to him now because when NCAA came out, you seen what happened to 2K. It dropped down a lot. I gotta be honest. I go in them parks and I be like, damn, it's not that many people as it was.
That's what I gotta say about NCAA. The only reason why NCAA didn't literally steal everybody in the fan base because they didn't have like a park. I promise you, if they had like a NCAA where niggas literally teamed up with their friends and ran 707s with their created players, nobody would be playing 2K for. Still to this day, it would be so much content based around 707s. So much content, literally. But if they implement that in NCAA 26, the only games, unless somebody able to compete with 2K, it's just gonna be GTA and NCAA 26, bro. Niggas, the only people that's gonna play 2K is the fucking old heads who want to play realistic basketball, or niggas like I hope you see this too. Niggas like Dom work them realistic ass 2K YouTubers who swear the game perfect now because this the only way they're able to win by doing fucking jab steps and making niggas fucking getting random ass ankle breakers on niggas doing jab steps and shit. Like, who wants to see that as a viewer that's watching a video game? Remember, we watching. This is not real life. If I want to go do a jab step, pivot, turn, hook shot, I'm doing that in real life. Why would I want to sit on the game and watch somebody do that?
Yeah,
I want to see some crazy shit, some game breaker shit, some momentum spams to a behind the back, some step back threes.
They know it. Where niggas started at NBA Jam. Niggas know it.
Bro, the NBA Jam. We want to see arcade with a little bit of realism. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I don't want it too arcadey. You know what I'm saying? Where anything can fly, but arcadey still with skill.
That's why NCAA is popping, because it's so arcade. Like, I ain't gonna lie, some crazy shit be happening when I play NCAA. But I gotta understand that's the game. And now it requires a little bit of skill. You can't just go on that bit and do anything. That's when niggas be doing all that crazy, you know what I'm saying, mid-blitz shit. But the game requires skill, and that's why NCAA is doing good. You get on TikTok, you get on anywhere, bro. Not too many niggas are playing 2K. Like, I gotta be honest, I see like 2 niggas, Wavy Mellow and J-Rock, playing 2K.
That's it.
That's really it. I don't see other niggas like that.
Niggas don't play this game, bro. It just even your YouTubers that you watch, like Yodman Gaming, Glock 19, them niggas who consistently post 2K, they always talk about and bash 2K because they know this game ass. But this is the game that they built their foundation and their community around. So they have to continuously play this game, especially Glock 19. Like, this is year that he finally blew up. Like, he got like, bro, fam went from like 2K YouTubers, subscribers on YouTube to 30K. Just in a year of 2K. That's good for 2K. This in a year. In the 2K cycle not even over. He broke the game in a certain way because he's doing like glitchy dribbling was on a bigger build. But even his self, he talked about how boring the game is. And look what he's doing on the game. He's literally doing some out-of-pocket crazy shit.
But, yeah, I think that rolls into what I was finna talk about, how, like I had already previously stated, like, all these niggas came from I'm from 2K. They came from 2K. I think to almost damn near the whole AMP.
Whole AMP, bro.
Duke, Agent, Phantom,
Davis.
That little 4 right there, those were the 2K niggas that everybody watched in 2K17. Then you got niggas like Speed. Now y'all don't even remember Speed probably from when he was on 2K, but Speed used to be on 2K crazy, and that's where he really went viral. Nigga was just clip farming on that bit, and he came straight from 2K. Then, you know what I'm saying, widen up. You know what I'm saying? Widen up. Going to a different whole bunch of shit. And, like, I think that's, like, important for us, like, as influencers and as content creators, that our reach is everywhere. Because you got to think about Speed. Like, you really put that shit into, like, what it is. That shit, like, is the what is it called? The blueprint. That's the blueprint. He started from his room with his mom, streaming, and then he came all the way. He's in this bit with China niggas doing all crazy shit, recreating scenes with Jackie Chan. Nigga got, you know what I'm saying, he on WWE. This nigga on a news station doing news shit. Now, what the fuck? Like, this nigga just could do anything because he reached everywhere, bro. And he still keeps his personality. He has gotten over it, but he still keeps his personality. But man, y'all gotta understand, man, that's not Speed for real, for real. That's not at Darren, at least. That's not the real nigga. You know what I'm saying? And like that him and Kai, how they, you know what I'm saying, worked up to get there is the perfect way. Like it's just like, you know what I'm saying, it's the blueprint. It's what everybody, you know what I'm saying, wants to do. But I do want to emphasize that you gotta be unique. You can't go try to be just like Kai or do the same thing that DDG or Platboy Mass is trying to do. You can't go do that. I gotta be honest, you can't go do that because you want to be unique, bro. Like, you want your brand to be unique. You want to have something different that's different on your page when somebody goes to it. They don't want to be like everybody else because it's gonna get, you know what I'm saying, saturated with everything else. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's very important to be very unique in your content and how you put yourself out the word, even if you're not doing content, but how you live your life. Just be unique. Don't be like everybody else. Don't do that because, you know what I'm saying, everybody else is doing it. Niggas do this and, everybody, you know what I'm saying, whatever they do, you don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Be yourself. And yeah, that's what I'll preach. Be yourself in a real way.
Be yourself in a real way.
In a real way.
Okay.
But if you got any more questions, maybe can damn near wrap up. Let's see if you got a question for me.
Hold on, I did have a question. Let me see where I got it at.
That nigga said, AJ said 2K ad though. Can you blame him? Bro, say that shit again for the people in box. Boy, your ass is illiterate. I can't read that shit. What the hell? The hell is going on?
AJ funny.
The market's in a bit too, but yeah, we gonna post that bit just a little bit later. Probably actually in the morning. And then we're gonna clip farm. That bit gonna get so many clips, bruh.
Oh my god.
Nigga got so many clips, bro. I'm posting your and mine clips. I might post one of yours and one of mine like every 2-3 hours or something.
I bet. Okay, so that's because I was gonna ask you that because remember how you told us about your the nigga who was teaching y'all, he was telling you to post multiple a day. I was like, does it need like to be like a separation in between like whenever you post them, or can they be back to back?
Oh, I would probably reference or advise probably to do like a little bit of space between, not, you know what I'm saying, back to back. You don't want to, you know what I'm saying, keep. I feel like you might flood your content in if you do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would like probably, you know what I'm saying, say you post at 12, then okay, you might post at 3, or then you might post at 7. Like, give it a little bit of time. That's what I would do.
Post at 12, 3, 7. I bet that. But damn, y'all need to find this question though. Oh, AJ said he got a question. Man, what's the question then, AJ? AJ really could be a guest now.
Oh God. He said he got a question.
I'm gonna refer to back. Yeah, he just texted me. He said he got a question.
I'm fine, shit though.
Oh yeah, okay. Is okay. Well, this is what AJ asked me for 2K25. Well, he said 2K25 2K25 as a dribbler. I guess yeah, he just saying for me, which movement would you want back? Okay, this is a question for one of our viewers. Just letting y'all know, TikTok, wherever it's gonna be clipped, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube Shorts, whatever. But as like a dribbler, you know what I'm saying, nigga who dribbles on 2K, I would much rather have. I'm a really like differentiate like your question. I would much rather have 2K18 dribbling back. Every 2K that I played, like for my dribble style, I would much rather have 2K18 dribbling. But that's the question. But my question for you, John, I mean that's the answer. For my question for you, John, would you, if your relationship, would you want to like traditional or non-traditional, like the roles in which y'all play?
And like as far as like women cooking, cleaning, then the man going to get the money.
Yeah, providing whatever. Yeah.
They're
not even just providing money, like they're providing like everything, like all their assets. It's not just men just providing money, like they're providing their intellect, them protecting their family, they're providing their strength. There's everything that they can provide. And women are more like the nurturing of the kids. It's just that like traditional role. Not when they say like the men you just go get money and women just cook and clean. Nah, that is very You know what I'm saying? One side, like a little aspect. Yeah,
Vague.
what
I
would
get
I
what
say?
you're saying, but
Yeah, vague.
um, I think personally, I probably wouldn't prefer a traditional marriage just because of
Mm-hmm.
my. I'm gonna just say this from a new generation kid. Like, you gotta understand, like, it's a totally different generation from when these traditional things were going on. Like, it's a
Yeah.
whole different way that I was brought up and taught, and I probably wouldn't prefer a traditional relationship because I would want my woman to be a little bit more, you know what I'm saying, in a financial literate type side. I feel like often, and I've been reading multiple sources of this. Women who are in relationships back then, like I'm talking about probably before Christ,
Mm-hmm.
they are not participating in any type of funding, nothing. They're not, you know what I'm saying? All they do is care for the kids, nurture, and cook and clean. And I don't even want to get into the reasons why they justified this because that's a whole nother topic. But I wouldn't prefer that because it's a new age generation. You know what I'm saying? I want my
Mm-hmm.
women to be able to. I look at my woman as how I look at my mom. My mom was a single mom and provided for all three of her kids. All of us. Like, so like I look at that and I'm seeing like this is how your, you know what I'm saying, your woman should be. And I think a lot what Young Boy said is you look for your mama when you look inside your woman, bro. And what he mean, and I kind of get what he mean, is like you trying to look for them same little attributes that your mama possessed. Like for me, my mama was caretaking, always there for me, supportive. You know what I'm saying? And this is supportive in all areas, not just, you know what I'm saying, emotionally, but also financially. Like always able to just hand out a little bit of cash just for me to go to the movies with my friends or something. So like I'm seeing all this in my mom. I'm seeing all this attributes in my mom, and I kind of look for that in my woman as well. You know what I'm saying? So I would want a more a new age or whatever, a non-traditional marriage. Not only because I look for my mom as well, but
Mm-hmm.
also because me personally, I know how powerful it is to have a dad in your life. I just gotta be honest. I
Yeah.
know how powerful it is to have a dad in your life. So I will want to be consistently there. Like I think a good, like, you know what I'm saying, example is Funny Mike with his kids. Man, you can
Yep.
see how much he rubs off on his kids. But you will watch these videos and you be like, damn, he's teaching some good ass shit. Damn, that's some good ass character development right there. Because of the way he's, you know what I'm saying, raising his kids. So yeah, I would want to be more involved in my kids' life, like very involved. Like I want to be, by the time I have kids, I want to be like at every event. Like I want to be, you know what I'm saying, always there supporting. And I also want to be able to use these things that I've learned in college. Like I said earlier, if y'all remember, I am a psychology major. So we learn about kids. And I literally went to the Boys and Girls Club and had an internship there. I'm about to attend another internship for my next semester. So it's like I have been experienced with kids and I've learned how to use behavioral based strategies, ABA, applied behavior analysis, all types of different things that I'm learning in psychology that can apply to my kids. And I would want to be able to apply those. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to apply them directly from the psychologist himself. So like
Mm-hmm.
I am very happy that I chose psychology as my major because I've learned a lot. Like I've learned how to, you know what I'm saying, stop a kid from doing this certain behavior. And not only the thing is, a lot of these kids, and it's a rising thing that these kids are being they're diagnosed with autism, right? And when you hear the word autism, it kind of gives this bad connotation, bad little stigma around it. And basically like they are gonna be a little bit lower in intellect and disabled.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm in classes right now learning about autism spectrum disorder. Them kids are nothing different. I actually have a field placement hours where I have to go get hours and I go with autism kids. I mean, them kids are nothing different, and you can see how important it is for like a kid to learn something early. Like a kid to, you know what I'm saying, be taught that that's not right early. because we have seen it where it has not been taught early, and then it has become a behavior that is, you know what I'm saying, may demean the family. And the prime example is Dwayne Wade and his son. We got to be honest. We got to point it out where it's at, man. Because, like, I think it's an argument that people are born gay, but you got to be honest.
Yeah.
No. That can't happen. No infant can just think that they're gay. Like, that doesn't happen. It's behavior is learned. And that's the thing that we learn in psychology. All behavior is learned. Like, you have to learn it. You have to acquire this type of behavior. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got to be taught it in some way, fashion, you know what I'm saying? Or you got to be neglected. You got to be, you know what I'm saying, playing with a girl so you don't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? You don't say nothing. You just let them do that. Or you putting this on your nails because you see your little cousin doing it and you 3 years old and you thinking it's okay. And just because your cousin doing it and you don't, as a parent, you don't say nothing, man, that's where it start. Like little things like that. And then once they get to a certain age, it's like you don't want to just force them into something that they're not. Like that's a lot of problems. Like you don't want to force them. And that's why I harp on, you know what I'm saying, intervening early. You know what I'm saying? Funny Mike just had an incident where he told his son that, oh, you can't play with no girl toys. And Shade Room, you know, Shade Room gonna do whatever the fuck is Shade Room gonna do. Shade Room gonna throw shade, of course. But me, I'm like, damn, that's a good ass thing. Cause I always thought about that. I'll be like, man, when my son start playing with a certain toy, you're not doing that. And
doing that.
You gotta understand, like, it's just how you should raise your children. You can tell your son he can or cannot. It just depends. Me personally, I'm not letting them play with type toys like that. But yeah, I think it's like very important that you intervene as early as possible with these kids. Like, and I think I know I went on a little rant, ramble to, you know what I'm saying? It's the Yap Trap, of course. But
the Yap Trap.
But
yeah,
it's very important. Like, I've learned so much in psychology that I can apply to the real world, and I'm glad I chose this as my major again. And yeah, like I said, for that reason, I would want a more non-traditional kind of marriage, kind of relationship, because I would want to be consistently there. As y'all can tell, I know what I want to do for my kids. You know what I'm saying? So I would want to be consistently there. Usually the women are the caretakers, and that might not be, you know what I'm saying, the great thing to happen, you know what I'm saying? Because usually women are the most emotional, and single moms going through their thing, that's when a lot of things can happen. That's when a lot of, you know what I'm saying, deviations from what you want in your child can happen when you have a single mom or a mom who's just overwhelmed with always having to be there for the kids. So I would definitely be in my role.
I ain't gonna lie. I love that answer, gang. Like you couldn't say it more perfectly than that. You know what I'm saying? Like
I would ask you the same thing though.
It kind of was I ain't gonna lie, it kind of was like a trick question. You know what I'm saying? Like traditional or like, you know what I'm saying though. But yeah, you fit it perfectly. But yeah, I would say for me at least, I do think the man needs to be the quote unquote breadwinner, but him making bread shouldn't take all of his time. His time need to consist in the family, because at the end of the day, we're a team, we're a unit, we all have the same last name. We need to work together. That's the problem with a lot of marriages. Even though people married, they still don't work together. The man, he makes all the money, he's out on his own. Even when he got free time, he finna go out with his boys and he finna go get drunk because he has a job that takes all his time. Or he's a manager at a top company that requires him to be there for 15 hours a day, but he's bringing home $250,000 a year. He's bringing home a lot of money, but he has no time. So as a man, what you should be building up before you get in a relationship is trying to find out a way to make your time very, very valuable, or be a very, very valuable person. So what like you could literally throw an hour to the side, but you're making hella money that you could make your whole year worth in like 2 to 3 hours a week. That's the type of person I feel like you need to be before you have kids, so you're able to provide. And your woman, she need to be financially smart. Women are very, very smart, but it's the problem when women become independent. When women, even though they're together, but they still feel like they're independent. I don't need a man for this. No, we need each other.
Right.
That's the whole point of being in a marriage. We are here for each other so we can raise these kids, so we can keep on the legacy of us. It's not no, I'm finna do this, you finna do that. Nah, we complementing each other. So if I'm good at this, I'm finna do this. If you're good at this, you finna do this.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So based on what you saying, bro, I totally 100% agree with everything that you said. Literally everything that you said, I agree with it. With the tradition and the roles, what women should do. Women should make their own money. Women should be financially literate. Women should be smart. And I also do think men should be there for the structure. That's a part of me. That's a part of me for like providing. That's why I think a lot of people just think providing is just money. No, providing is literally discipline, structure, making sure your boys and making sure your the man is very like what you want to call a stoic, which means he don't get emotionally swayed by things that happen in his reality. Because that's the problem with single parent households, or a lot of times a single mom. Because 9 out of 10, that's what it is. It's not really a lot of single dads. It is, but it's not really a lot of single dads. It is to single moms. Single moms, like you said, they are very emotional. So, and you pick up on that as a kid. You seeing your mama go through things and how she reacted straight out of emotions, anger and stuff like that, and then not knowing that is your default settings now because you learned it, and you see somebody else react a certain different type of way, you just view them as nonchalant, but they not nonchalant. That just the result of them having a good male role model in their life who know how to control their emotions. Who, even though things look like they going wrong, they still able to be stern and stay safe and confident in their mind and stuff like that. But yeah, I do think it need to be more. I'm not getting married, but that was just like, you know what I'm saying, the question. I'm gonna be like with somebody forever. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want to get the government involved, if that makes sense. Because the government always wants to get involved. So I don't want to get the government involved.
Elaborate.
He could get in ring. You know what I'm saying? Because when the government get involved, they take some of that money, and then another thing too, if y'all don't know this, if you have kids before you in a marriage, you got to make sure you get your kids legitimized. Because even if y'all break up, even though y'all doing good, you have no rights to that child. No rights. Even though that's your seed, literally, the woman can't have a kid without you. She could take that kid and run off. You have no say so on what happens. She could do whatever she wants to do with that kid. She could go sell the kid if she wants. She could be that corrupt. You never know. So you got to make sure you choose the right women. But it's just a little marriage. If people who want to get married, me, I'm different. So I'm not getting married. There's people who want to get married. Make sure you married before you have kids, because the legitimization thing, or just go get them legitimized yourself if you go do it outside of marriage. But
I'm gonna speak on marriage. Me personally, so as a last couple of years, I've been in a situation where I've also kind of like swayed away from being married for the same reason. I understand how the government, and then another reason is probably the little subpoena thing, or not subpoena, what the thing is before prenup.
Yeah, the prenups.
And that whole concept, I kind of just was not like fond of, because of the concept of a prenup. You having to go into a situation and talk with your potential wife about what's going to happen if y'all break up. And that mindset, like, I'm big on like not trying to put that mind, put bad things in my mind. And that mindset right there is just kind of swayed me away from wanting to do that, just because you got to sit there and talk about who's going to get what. Now, like, y'all could easily have a little disagreement on who gets what, who gets the children, how long do they get them, you know what I'm saying? How much are they going to change? Are we going to stay around the same area? Like, you think about all these different things if y'all break up. But really what you want to think about, like, you don't have to get a prenup, but a lot of people are going to request or suggest a prenup. But like, you thinking about all these things about, you know what I'm saying, what happens if y'all break up? But my mindset is like, if I'm like actually into you, I'm not breaking up with you. Nothing like that's going to happen. So like, why would I even want to talk about it? And like I said, you don't have to get a prenup. That's kind of why I kind of am very like, okay, I'm gonna just wait for that moment. And you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna probably wait for it, Bali. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I might be a little bit older. I might be around my 30s, like mid 30s, before I actually, you know what I'm saying, look into getting married. Only because I know by then it will be giving me a lot of benefits if I'm like, you know what I'm saying, with a girl for a long time, right? And I also look to my mom and my stepdad and how they was together since I was probably like 5 years old. And they just got married just a couple years ago. And that's probably been over like 16, 17 years of them not being married. And perfect relationship, good. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I ain't gonna say perfect, but you understand that like no relationship ain't perfect. But like, but they had a good relationship. You know what I'm saying? Stayed together for us, for my little sister, all of us. You know what I'm saying? Met each other's family, went to California, all types of stuff. So the relationship is good. But they never did like an actual wedding. My stepdad proposed one time, and that was like the biggest thing, but they never did no actual wedding. And like I think even when he proposed, they didn't have the money to, you know what I'm saying, get married right away. So they totally waited. And then they went and got married in Vegas by themselves. Nobody else was there. We didn't see. They came back with a certificate that they were married, and boom, they married. Now they get to share assets and all that type of thing. But y'all gotta understand, they pushing 50. You know what I'm saying? They pushing 50 and just got married. I'm pretty sure my pops was in his 40s when he got married. So you know what I'm saying? Like it's like it's not that important for you to get married. Like they have built a very strong family. A very strong family have built very great credit. Multiple credit cards with great credit scores. You know what I'm saying? So they have done what they needed to do. You don't have to be married. That's just letting the government come in and, you know what I'm saying, see what you got going on. See how this is going. Where is it going? And the government, you gotta understand, you signing the contract. A lot of people ain't gonna read that contract because they want to get married. And then another thing, I feel like another problem with marriages is the materialistic view of it. I think for women, most of it, because a lot of women, they kind of just won't stick to a man, or you know what I'm saying, say they want that man until they get a ring. Y'all gotta think about this. You can easily get a ring for a girl without marrying her. You could get her a $10,000 ring, but do you have to sign that contract? No. And that she probably will feel the same exact way, man. It probably wouldn't be any different because you gave her a ring. A lot of times them girls off them promise rings will go crazy. They'll go crazy off them promise rings. You know what I'm saying? And I think it has a very materialistic view as well, man. Like marriage is also, you know what I'm saying, that like people, women will look at it just for that ring. And I don't like that. I don't like that in a real way. But I think, you know what I'm saying, this is a good point for me to go ahead and, you know what I'm saying, wrap up today's session. You know what I'm saying? It was a good little session in the Yap Trap, going crazy.
Going crazy.
Go ahead and plug yourself real quick before I end off the video, though.
Okay, I'm gonna plug both of my channels or both of my media platforms. So if you want to find me, you know what I'm saying, doing the content wise, like for gaming, is at Conscious, CONCHUSS on TikTok. That's for me, like doing 2K type things. And if you want to find me like doing my streaming type clips, my name is Papa Clips on TikTok, also PAPAKLIPZ. That's where you go find me out on there for. And all them socials, like for streaming, Papa Clips is the same thing for YouTube too. So if you want to find my YouTube, it's the same thing. If you want to find my YouTube for my gaming / streaming / stuff, it's also Conscious as well for my YouTube, man.
For me personally, I am King Shield. You can pretty much find King Shield everywhere. YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, it should all have the same around the same name. Instagram is probably The King Shield, but my TikTok actually is Shielded, so I like that name because that's my 2K name. And if y'all don't know, my last name is Shield, so it just felt tough. Shielded Soul, as y'all can tell, like it was just tough, you know what I'm saying? So my TikTok is Shielded Soul, but my YouTube, King Shield. Everywhere else you can find us on King Shield, find me on King Shield. But as far as the actual podcast, we call it Yap in the Trap. We're going to call it Yap in the Trap. It's actually already a podcast named Yap Trap. But we got it. That's our little sub name or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because this is the Yap Trap. But we gonna call it Yap in the Trap, so you can find us on all socials at Yap in the Trap. Come pull up to the streams. We probably will be doing all of the videos live. But appreciate all the support. You know what I'm saying? Thank y'all for tuning in, watching. If wherever you at, if you on TikTok, Instagram, wherever you at, appreciate you tuning in. And make sure y'all like, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Share this video with a friend. Leave a comment while you at it in a real way.
Yes, sir. In a real way. But by the way, hold on, before we leave, you already edited it?
No.
Oh, before we leave, this guy's a junior and he don't know his dad.
Grown ass man. Grown ass man. So you gonna go there? You gonna go there?
Nah.
While I was a junior, half of his life he didn't have a tooth. In a real way.